it's Stick, and welcome back to a new video. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. So I've made multiple videos since my last one, and just kind of decided to never edit them, but this kind of stuff really bothers me, so I'm gonna try and get to editing this video. So basically, there's two cosplayers that I want to talk about, and yes, I am in the cosplay community. I do cosplay and go to conventions, and so I felt the need to call out this sort of behavior. First things first, I want to talk about the lesser offense. Now, there is a TikTok cosplayer named Biggly Bailey. I believe her tag used to be Junko Enoshima. I could be wrong, but I believe I read somewhere that she's 14. I think it was in her bio, but when I went to go check it, it wasn't there anymore. I know I saw it though. I saw 14 and that was it, which in that case, I'm older than her, and she looks like that, and I look like... Well, anyway, she got into a bit of drama with another TikToker named Baby Femme. Baby Femme is super cool, and I love their content. I believe they said they use any pronouns, but walking on eggshells here, because it's TikTok, but I'll use they, them. So Baby Femme made a trend, I guess you could say. Here's the video. Look at me, I put up the top. Wow! Look at me, I put a show on when I go. They made that trend, and basically there was a bunch of cosplayers doing it without crediting them. Some did, of course, but a lot didn't, and this made them very upset, understandably, because if you take the effort to make a dance or a trend or whatever, you're going to want to get that traction because you want as many people to see your content as possible. That's understandable. And so Biggly Bailey decides not to credit anyone in her caption. But yeah, she took it down after a ton of back and forth with Baby Femme, and it was public. Originally, like I was saying, I would understand that the caption not having credit, because maybe she just thought it wasn't that big of a deal. And granted, you can't edit captions on TikTok. But then she proceeds to comment crediting someone else. I don't remember their name, but I'll put a picture on the screen. And that person replies saying, "Oh no, I didn't make this trend. Baby Femme did." And so a lot of people end up commenting, being like, credit Baby Femme, and stuff like that. And she never does. All that Baby Femme had asked for, I'll call them Asher because that's their name, all that Asher had asked for was credit, was just a little at in Bailey's comments. For whatever reason, Bailey could not take accountability and just never did. She took down the video, which I believe Asher and Bailey worked it out, but either way, I would not have let that slide. The fact that Bailey would have rather taken down the video completely instead of credit the person speaks volume. And it's not just a mistake of being a minor, because looking at it from myself, I would have done it. And the thing is, it's not just a mistake, because she was given hours to credit Asher, and she didn't, because that pride was way too hard to swallow, wasn't it, Bailey? This next one is a way bigger deal and really shows a ton of character for this person. I'm going to use she, her pronouns because I'm not sure. I think that's what she uses, but her name is ChikaNae. She deleted her TikTok after all this got super big because she couldn't just apologize for some reason, especially considering what is happening here. In the Danganronpa community, there's a lot of people who will put spoiler warnings, or not spoiler warnings, but trigger warnings for a character's death or whatever, which is fine. That's alright. If you are triggered by a character's death, that's fine. But how about being triggered by the death of millions? Yes, our friend ChikaNae here had pretty much a symbol that was identical to the symbol that Nazis wore on their hats. And all she had to do was cover it up. But as we've seen, accountability is not that easy for these cosplayers. All anyone was asking for was her to not wear the hat or to cover up the symbols. That should be fine, right? What would you do? I don't have the video, but I'm hoping by the time I upload this video, I'll find it, and if I do, I'll insert it here. Basically, her excuse for not wanting to cover up the hat was, Kokichi isn't a Nazi. Kokichi is nice. Kokichi is a good character. Kokichi is the opposite. And basically telling Jewish cosplayers that their two brain cells must be fighting because they have something to say about the symbol on the hat. Now, I'm about to show a picture, so if you're Jewish or you're just triggered in any way by this kind of symbolism, I'm about to show a picture of the hat that Kokichi wears compared to a real one. You should probably skip this part. So, as you can see, it's absolutely identical, and that's undeniable. And that's shown in the fact that ChikaNae could never even deny it in her entire post, because they're identical. They are identical. And so she tries to excuse it with how the character acts versus what he's wearing. Nobody at all ever was claiming that Kokichi was a Nazi. That's not what's happening. But we are telling you that that symbolism on his hat is a Nazi symbol. I wholeheartedly believe that if you're Jewish, you should be allowed to get offended by it, and that it's 100% ChikaNae's fault for not having the balls to just say, you're right. Now, I'm not Jewish or Polish, but I do have sympathy and empathy for the people who did have to go through that, because it was a massacre. And it was not... I know it's a bit of a hot take to say that Nazis were terrible people, but you have to be able to look at it through their eyes and see what they see. They don't see just some hat or some symbol that's on a character's hat from a video game. They see a symbol of murder and massacre. And for you to be openly promoting this symbol by wearing it on your hat is absolutely horrendous. Now, apparently, people had known about this for a long time, but I only just found out about it either the day of this whole ChikaNae situation going down or the day before that. Now, here are some solutions like I was talking about. One, you could just not wear the hat. I know it's kind of crazy, but I understand that people pay a lot of money for the cosplays, so maybe if you want to wear the hat because you think it goes better with the character, maybe you could cover it up or paint over it, or somehow take the symbol off, because it's not painted on. It's a plate on top of the pleather or whatever the material is. Or you could take the ChikaNae route and blame the group that was massacred for being offended and talk about how it's not that serious. I find it kind of hypocritical that creators like this will go out of their way to over-accessorize their Danganronpa cosplays and put on stuff that the character does not canonically wear, which, by the way, I'm not saying is wrong. I think it's fine and it looks good, but you kind of need to check yourself and see if you're being hypocritical, because they'll wear all that stuff and then cry not canon whenever stuff like this happens. Yet again, I repeat, nobody was saying Kokichi, the character, was a maybe the people who were making him just thought it fit the character and decided to add that. Either way, it's making you sound like a complete sociopath. And all I have to say to you, Chika, is have some fucking empathy. Now, this video is probably going to turn out super short, and I hope that I can find some re-uploads or maybe some duets of the videos, but if I can't, by the time I upload this video, hopefully somebody will have links to them that I can pin in the comments or put in the description, because it is very important for you as a cosplayer to know when you can say, okay, you know what, I messed up, I shouldn't have done that. But when you have to change the topic completely to, well, the character's not like this, so that means the symbol means nothing, because it may mean nothing to you, but it means a whole lot to the people who died at the hands of it. And learn to credit people. Even if you think it's useless, maybe that could just bring them way more followers that they deserve. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next year. Bye.